It's a day ending in Y, which means that someone is getting mad about the current state of comics. Just this week, we had the release of Captain America... Captain America Steve Rogers, issue 1. Or was it issue 0? No, it was issue 0. And people lost their minds over it. Why? Apparently Captain America has always been secretly a member of Hydra. I haven't read the issue, but I'm interested to see how they pulled that off. Naturally, people have gone online, they've put their opinions out about this, and one of the ones I was really interested in, partly because I'm kind of concerned about it, was this one here on Tumblr. Where are all the comic old boys yammering about respecting history and origins and keeping characters as they were originally intended to be? Or are those arguments only when people want to make heroes black, female, or LGBT? Now, this is naturally coming from that old left versus right-wing dichotomy where people like to put other people in boxes, where you're either entirely left-wing or you're entirely right-wing, and the slightest show of either side is indication that you are fully that side. The first time you say, hey, I'm not sure that refugees should be kept out of our country, you're immediately left-wing. If you say, hey, look, I think there should be due process for... I think there should be due... Excuse me, I tried to call this a couple of times, but now I'm just going to go through with it, warts and all. If you say something like, I think there should be due process for rape, well, people are accused of rape, you're apparently a right-wing bigot. It's pretty reductive reasoning, and I could spend forever talking about how reductive that is. But I won't waste time on that because I want to get straight onto this Captain America thing. So where are these old comic boys? Well, they're there, but they feel, firstly, two things. Firstly, if anything, Captain America Steve Rogers, issue 0, only proved to them that Marvel doesn't care about Steve Rogers. At least no more than what Chris Evans does. It's proven to them that Sam Wilson is the cap that they now have to accept whether they want to or not, and that liking Steve Rogers, comic book Steve Rogers, somehow makes you akin to liking the Nazis. So they're probably already off this. They don't even care anymore. And that those who do care about it, those who are annoyed by this change, and this is what I really want to get into, the side that is likely talking about this comic old boy, and about how they only get concerned when their heroes are made black, female, or LGBT, they're concerned about this too. But they're not... they don't feel the need to speak up about it. Why don't they feel the need to speak up about it? Because pretty much everyone else is. Any comic news site at the moment is talking about what a horrible idea this is. If not in the articles, definitely in the comment sections. Many writers are talking about how horrible a thing it is that Captain America is now technically a Nazi. All of Tumblr is saying this is a bad idea. What I've noticed about the and I hate this word, but I'm going to use it because you know what I'm talking about, the anti-social justice warrior crowd, is they'll want to say things if firstly they believe them, secondly if they feel like no one's giving that attention and they feel like it needs to be said by someone. The fact that Captain America being Hydra is such a bad idea is being said by so many people now. So none of the anti-SJWs feel the need to play devil's advocate. They don't feel the need to say, well, actually, it's like this, because everyone's on the same side, and they're on the same side for once. And then you get comments like this that make this thing all about a left-wing dichotomy again. And it is so frustrating, because for once, everyone was outraged about the same thing. No one was throwing around the term SJW. No one was throwing around the term cuckservative. No one was doing anything like that. And now someone wants to make it about that again. And to be fair, I feel probably most sorry for the right-wing or the anti-social justice crowd that follow comics, because Marvel's angled for the social justice crowd for quite a while now. We had Jane Foster as Thor punch out the Absorbing Man for using, quote, feminism like it's a four-letter word. We had Bo and Angela, Queen of Hell, ranting about unsolicited opinions on Israel. We had Sam Wilson's Captain America beat up the Brother of the Serpent, who were really interested in border protection. And I can't say that the right wing's where I sit. I mean, I'm pretty sympathetic to Islam. I'm sympathetic to the central principle of feminism. I think some of their practices at the moment are dangerous. But the underlying principle, yeah, I support. But the question I want to ask is, why does there have to be a dichotomy in things that everyone already agrees on? The enemy here does not need to be the faceless people you don't agree with on other issues separate to this one. Really, if you want someone to be an enemy, go for Tom Brevoort, who's in charge of Marvel. Go for Nick Spencer, who wrote this. And when I say go for him, I don't mean send him hate mail. I don't mean flood his Twitter with angry notes. But if you want someone to say, this is their fault, or this is the one that's making things worse, it's not the old comic boys. Go ahead and say that about the complaints around Kamala Khan. Go ahead and say that about the quote-unquote whitewashing of Doctor Strange in the MCU Doctor Strange. But it doesn't need to be that way here. We all think this is a silly idea. And yeah, there's some who go, this isn't going to last. Just sit it out and it will all be fine again. And there's a certain amount of truth to that. I mean, nothing stays permanent in comics. The status quo is always king. It's still a dumb decision for now. And I haven't seen one person who thinks it's a good decision for now. Anyway, this is the first video I've done ever, and I just wanted to put something out there, see if it takes. And if it takes, I might make some more and see what you guys have to say. Please leave a comment if you think I'm right about this, or if you think I'm just rambling on about absolutely nothing, because that's what it feels like I'm doing right now. Interested to hear what you think. Have a good night, have a good day, whichever time zone you're in, whatever you're doing.